I've been watching a lot of Ali Abdaal's videos because he is considered the productivity expert, and I've seen him mentioning these 3 apps multiple times, so we're gonna test it out. He even personally invested in one of those apps, so it has to be good, right? We're going to go through what each of the app does, first impressions, and my personal review on it. Okay, so the first app is the 1sec app. So it's basically just an app where every time you try to open your favorite apps, it will show this screen asking you to take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. It's sort of a way to give you the chance to pause and think twice if you really want to scroll through your apps. My first impression of it is quite good. Like whenever you open up the app, it will just go through step by step on the settings that you need to change, just so that 1sec can actually block the app that you have selected. So to set it up, it's quite simple. You just have to add the app right here. And then let's say I chose Instagram and done. So you can see now one app is limited. So whenever you open up the Instagram app, so it will show that kind of UI based on the delay that you set in the app. It definitely seemed like the type of app that will make me rethink about my phone usage a lot more. And I especially like the interface. It looks really good and professional. Just seeing that sort of water going up and then after that going back down, it's really nice. And my favorite part about this app is that it gives you the attempt that you are trying to open the app throughout the whole day. So you can kind of treat it like a game to make the number as small as possible. So my aim usually on attempting to open Instagram is about 2 times per day. But after using this app, it kind of shows me that I actually open it like, I think if I'm not mistaken, I opened during the first day about 11 times, which is pretty much 5 times of my actual aim. And yeah, so just by seeing the attempt right there, it just made me not even want to click on the app. And the nice thing about the 1sec app is that it also gives you a statistic report where you can see the app that you want to block, how long have you actually used it on a daily basis and also on a weekly basis. So right here, this is my weekly basis. Instagram about 1 hour and 18 minutes and daily average should be around 11 minutes, which is honestly not too bad. I'm not really an Instagram enjoyer anyways. I'm more of a YouTube guy, so that's why it's so low right here. Alright, so for my personal review, I think that pros would be the interface looks good and professional. That water on the UI definitely looks very nice. And they also have the time tracker for the statistic report, so you can know how long have you used your certain app. And of course, my favorite, the attempt shown, that is definitely something that will make you rethink if you really want to doom scroll through your apps or not. And the cool part about 1sec is that it also has a Chrome extension, so not only can you block on your phone, but you can also block on your computer as well. And as for the con, there is only one con, which is the free version only lets you limit one single app. So if you want more, you need to pay for it. So let's say if I want to block YouTube, I try to block it. You can see that since I already selected Instagram, it will not let me block another app unless I upgrade it. So being the cheapskate that I am, I did not pay for the premium version, but instead I find a free alternative and it's called Screen Zen, which basically does the same thing. It's not that bad, but it just doesn't scream polished just like 1sec. And also it's not available as a Chrome extension. But I still use Screen Zen more because I like that it has a lot more features and customizable options compared to 1sec. A great feature that I like about Screen Zen that is not available in 1sec is this one right here. So once you have selected your app already, you can go to this part here which says unlock time, and you can set the time right here, which basically just means that after you unlock your app, the app will lock again after a certain time that you set here. And if you don't want to doom scroll, you just set it a lower time. So it's quite useful because for 1sec, it will just let you scroll till the end of time whenever you press on continue. And instead, Screen Zen is just a great reminder to not doom scroll for hours and hours. And another really cool feature about Screen Zen is that you can actually block specific sites that you set instead of blocking the whole Chrome app. That can still use it to search through useful information. And I also have it set to whenever I open the limited apps, it will ask me to type in the reason for opening it, which I can then see in the future on why am I opening this app every single time. It's quite neat honestly. And yeah, it still has a lot more features compared to 1sec, but the best part of this app is, of course, it's free. Okay, so for the second app is called Forest. It's sort of like a game meets productivity app where whenever you need to focus for a period of time, you can just plant a tree down, and whenever you finish a certain focus session, the tree will then grow. And if you leave the app, the tree will apparently die, but I tried leaving the app, my tree didn't really die. I'm not sure if there's some settings that I need to set, but Supposedly that's how it should work. And eventually once you have planted enough tree, then it becomes a forest. I'm actually quite surprised that this app is quite popular. Even my girlfriend who isn't into productivity apps also heard of it before. And it's most likely because of how cute and game-like it is. So if you look into the app, it's actually quite simple. You just have to slide this green dot right here to extend or reduce the duration of your focus session. And based on the focus session time, you can see that the tree actually grows accordingly as well. So once you have selected your time, you just click on plant, and then the timer will start. Then you just do your focus session, and automatically once the timer ends, your tree will be planted. And once you have planted enough trees, then you can see that this is all your trees. So even dead trees will be shown here as well, which is honestly quite cool. So my take on this forest app is definitely a lot more fun than just tracking your time using a clock. I used to track my time using Windows clock, and that gets pretty boring after a while. And the nice thing about this forest app is that it actually gives you that sense of progress, because you can see each of the tree that you have planted, and eventually it turned into a forest. So it definitely makes you feel very good inside, because you feel that you are progressing through life. And you can actually see your total focus time in this bar chart right here. And if you click onto this plot of land right here, it will even show you the specific time that you focus on, so you kind of know when are you most focused and when are you not. And yeah, they also try to make it as much of a game as it is. If you see right here, once you have completed a focus session, you will get a coin, which you can then use it to buy different type of trees as well, which honestly, it really feels like a game. And yeah, for those of you that don't use mobile app, not to worry, it also has a Chrome extension that you can use on your computer. However, the main part that Ali always emphasizes is that he can compete with his friends to see who planted more trees for the day, rather than seeing the forest itself growing.
My friends from med school, we'd sort of like WhatsApp each other to be like, how many trees did you plant today? I planted 10 trees today. Oh, I only did 8. Oh, I'm going to go for 9 tomorrow. It just created this sense of gamification and community around this idea of studying for a med school exam.
So if you don't have any friends like me, there is a leaderboard section where you can see other people's forests, but unfortunately it's behind a paywall as well. So you can see under here, this friends tab here, this is where you can actually see your ranking either with your friends or on a global scale. But unfortunately, you have to pay to get it. Another thing that I'm always worried about is that it will drain my battery, because you do have to keep the app turned on after all. And even if you off your phone, it is still running in the background. So I'm kind of afraid that it might drain my battery that way. And also turning off the phone make it so I can't see the timer. And because I can't see the timer, it just doesn't give me that sort of sense of urgency. One more thing that I don't really like about Forest app is because it's a little too structured, because we don't really know how long there's a certain task really takes. So it's quite hard to set how long should the focus session be. It's just similar to the Pomodoro technique that I'm not really a fan of, because the structures of working for 25 minutes then taking a break of 5 minutes is just too distracting for me, because it's just hard to get into the flow state if every time you're getting interrupted by the alarm. Forest doesn't really give you an alarm, it just stops. If you see in the app here, you can set it so whenever you have passed the exceeded time, it will still count up, and eventually once you have passed a certain exceeded time, it will give you more coin, but it doesn't plant more trees. So I usually prefer to just set a time for my focus session and count the time up to know how long that I have focused for. So the good thing about that is I won't get distracted by the alarm, because there isn't one at all. But all in all, honestly, this is actually a great app. I just didn't use it because I already have a time tracker system. But if anybody does not have a time tracking system, or maybe a focus session time block, I really recommend this app. It's definitely a very fun and easy way to track your time and also your focus session. Okay, so for the third and final app is called the Rise app. This is a computer app rather than a mobile app. It's basically another time tracker app, but the difference between this app and the other time tracker stuff that you see is that it is automatic and it has a lot more features. I think the best way to just sum up the Rise app is just basically a time tracker on steroids. It shows you what did you work on, what app you use, pretty much all the information that you need to optimize your time. And if I'm not mistaken, Ali actually invested into this app, so at least you know it's legit.
In fact, I love the app so much that I reached out to the founders of the company, the super cool people, and I've actually invested in Rise as a company because I have enormous faith behind what they're doing.
My first impression of it is that the setup when you first open up the app is extremely tedious. I have to press like next about 20 times or something, or maybe even more. It's not exaggeration, it's genuinely quite annoying, but It's just the first time setup after all, so it shouldn't matter that much. It's just like 5 of the panels is a bit useless. Like some will be like join Discord channel and something like that. I don't know, it's just the panels could definitely be reduced. But another thing that I remember when I opened the app for the first time, the design actually looks really good. Like the color scheme and everything, just that purple, a little bit of purple, a little bit of black, it just looks really nice. And I was a little overwhelmed by the amount of buttons and features that I need to press, but I think it's a good thing because it means the Rise would have most, if not all, of the features that a person would need. I just think it's quite similar to people using Notion for the first time. I still remember when I first opened up Notion, I was genuinely just about to delete the app because it was just so complicated, but Notion just ended up being my main source of app that I use for pretty much my whole life. So yeah, this is pretty much how the apps look like. It has a similar button like start session, basically your focus session, similar to like Forest, and then at the bottom here it just has a simple playlist where you can play any song that you want. And yeah, you can see that just a lot of buttons, categories, and then you have your projects, you have your productivity, even timer, and then you can even add your own goals right here, and then it will have X or a tick if you have completed it. It's just so many features. It's really quite cool, honestly. So yeah, my take on Rise is definitely has a really good design. I don't know how many times have I emphasized on the design, but honestly this looks really cool. And if you see here, they actually also have automatic time tracking. So you can see here like productivity 24 minutes. If you click onto it, it will even show you what specific app that you use. So in this case I have used Notion, and the scary part about this app is that it literally knows every single one of your moves. Like if you see, for example, this Notion right here, if I click on this edit button and then you click on this down arrow, it even knows which page you actually open, which honestly I feel it's a little scary, but honestly it's actually a really good thing. Like you can know exactly where did you put your time on. And yeah, another point, other than automatic time tracking, it also has automatic categorization. So you can see productivity, social media, entertainment, all these things. So let's say, for example, if you decided that Reddit is actually not social media, but rather it was a productivity because you're just browsing through useful information, then you can click on productivity and just save, and then it will just change the whole time that you spend on Reddit into productivity instead. And if I'm not mistaken, once you've started the session, you can see what and how many times something interrupted your focus session. And then you can also set goals. You can add new goal, have a minimum working hours of 50 hours per week, and you can just click on it and then you just enter your hours, and then you can just create a goal, and then it will show you like cross if you failed, or maybe a tick if you have passed. So yeah, I also really like the music feature at the bottom. Like you now no longer have to go to YouTube or Spotify and risk being distracted. You can just immediately come here, search which one you want, and just immediately play it. But all those features that I showcased so far is just the tip or the iceberg. I'm just showing my favorite features that I've used so far. There's honestly a lot more features in this app right here, so I'm not going to go through all of it because then the video is going to be 3 hours long. Like it will even show you a custom notification on the top right based on your behavior. If you are overworking and you should take a break, it will show you one. Or if you are getting distracted and you should be doing your deep work, then it will show you another notification. Or maybe just as simple as an upcoming meeting, it will also show you in here. So yeah, as for the tedious setup, I think they could definitely work on that. And just a reminder, it's also not free. You can get free for 1 month with some referral code that you can find online, so you can test it out before paying for it. But honestly, not much bad things I can say about this app. It's straight up just a great app to track your time spent accordingly. And aside from that initial setting things up and choosing the session like focus, meeting or break, everything is pretty much automatic. Okay, so in conclusion, which app would I actually use in my daily life? So for one sec, it definitely sparked the idea that yeah, I can actually use this type of app to stop me from using my social media apps so much. So I did use the alternative screens and app. I just need to experiment with the settings. Like currently I just have a specific block for Instagram where I have intentional reasoning where it asks me why am I opening this app, and then I have another strict block app which basically blocks all of my social media apps and also some sites like YouTube specifically, because I always manage to find a workaround for this type of block apps where if YouTube is blocked, then I would use the Chrome browser to open up YouTube as well. So I make sure to block everything possible in this strict block app on specific time. So I have it scheduled to just straight up block the app on 11:15 p.m. to 8 a.m. So I won't use it when I should be sleeping, and I won't use it the moment I wake up. So I definitely still need to experiment a little bit with this Screen Zen app so it doesn't get too annoying while still helping me reduce my doom scrolling. And as for Rise, although it is a great app and have pretty much every feature that you need or want and more, I don't really plan on using it for now because I don't need those features yet. And finally, for Forest, after using it, it gave me that idea that time and progress tracking doesn't have to be boring. It can be fun by making it feel like a game. So using that as inspiration, I created my own game in Notion, which I personally have more fun using it, and it also gives me a sense of progress, which is basically the same thing as what the app is trying to help us with. So if you want to see how the game that I've built actually looks like, click on this video shown here. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.